You're going to die alone with 17 cats. My sister laughed, champagne glass raised at her own engagement party. I smiled and said nothing. What was the point? Emma had already decided who I was. The perpetually single little brother who couldn't commit to a gym membership, let alone a person. That was 3 years ago. If only she could see me now. It started at that engagement party. Emma's fiancé, Brad, was everything she'd ever wanted. Stable job, nice car, talked about mortgage rates like they were sports scores. Everyone kept asking when I'd find someone special. I won't, I finally said, exhausted. Marriage isn't for me. I'm perfectly happy alone. The room went silent. Then Emma burst out laughing. That condescending big sister laugh I'd heard my whole life. Oh, sweetie, she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. You say that now. Wait until you're 40 and realize you've wasted your life. Her friends nodded sympathetically. Poor, confused little brother who doesn't understand love yet. I left early that night, furious and humiliated. But here's what Emma didn't know. I wasn't afraid of commitment. I was afraid of settling. I'd watched her relationship with Brad for 2 years. She changed everything about herself, her friends, her hobbies, even her career goals, to fit into his life. She called it compromise. I called it disappearing. I promised myself I'd rather be alone forever than become a shadow of myself for someone else's comfort. Then, 6 months after her wedding, I met James at a bookstore. Not a meet-cute, not a dramatic moment, just 2 people reaching for the same travel guide to Iceland. Going or dreaming? He asked. Always dreaming, never going, I admitted. He grinned. Same. What if we changed that? James didn't want me to change. He wanted to know who I actually was. Our first date lasted 9 hours. Our second date, we booked tickets to Reykjavik. With him, I didn't feel pressure to be someone different. I felt permission to be more myself than I'd ever been. We traveled, we built separate careers we loved. We had our own friends and our own space. We also had each other. Fully, genuinely, without losing ourselves in the process. A year later, in a quiet moment in our apartment, James said, I don't care about labels, but I care about you. If you wanted to make this official, I'd be honored. I said yes without hesitation. But I didn't tell my family. Not because I was ashamed, because I wanted to do it right. We planned a small, private ceremony in Iceland, just us and 2 witnesses. It was perfect. 3 years after that engagement party, Emma called. Mom had organized a surprise family dinner, and I couldn't skip it. Bring someone if you want, Emma said cheerfully. No judgment if you're still flying solo. I brought James. The look on Emma's face when I introduced him as my husband was something I'll never forget. Not smug satisfaction on my part, but genuine shock on hers. Wait, husband? When did you? Why didn't you? 3 years ago, I said simply. Small ceremony. Just us. Brad looked confused. Emma looked hurt. Then angry. You didn't even tell us? Your own family. James squeezed my hand. I took a breath. Emma, at your engagement party, you laughed at me. You told me I'd die alone and waste my life. So I stopped sharing my life with people who'd already decided what it should look like. The table went quiet. Emma pulled me aside later, tears in her eyes. I was awful to you, she whispered. I thought I was helping, but I was just projecting. Brad and I are in counseling. I've been so unhappy, and I think I was jealous that you seemed so content alone. I wasn't content because I was alone, I told her. I was content because I refused to settle. There's a difference. She looked at James, laughing with our parents across the room, completely himself. You found something real, she said quietly. So can you, I replied. But not by losing yourself to find it. People will always have opinions about your life, especially about love, marriage, and happiness. They'll laugh at your choices, question your timeline, project their own fears onto your decisions. But the people who truly love you will support you in becoming more of yourself, not less. They'll celebrate your authentic path, not pressure you onto theirs. I didn't never marry like I once thought. I just refused to marry in a way that would erase who I was. And that made all the difference. Emma and I are closer now than we've ever been. She's working on finding herself again. And I'm grateful I never lost myself in the first place. Don't let anyone else's laughter drown out your own inner voice. The right people, and the right love, will ask you to turn up the volume, not lower it. Sometimes the best revenge isn't proving people wrong. It's building a life so authentic that their opinions become irrelevant.